The time is 10 a.m. and this is WKYT Midmorning. A manhunt is underway in Iowa after two police officers were shot and killed overnight.
We have an update in the case against a man accused of killing a Versailles boy. Details just into our newsroom coming up.
And the Cubs force a Game 7 in a huge win against the Indians in the World Series.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning to you and welcome in. It's good to have you with us. We have a busy day going in the news on this Wednesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. You're right, a lot going on. Hey, but you know, it could be another record breaker, possibly in the weather. We're already into the weather record books for November.
That's unbelievable.
Day two.
You know, in some areas, October was a record warm month. Yeah, we've been on a roll. Let's check in with Micah right now, see what's going on.
Yeah, the warmest month ever, October ever, that is, in Jackson, ever. That's crazy to think about. Yesterday, like Barbara was talking about, Lexington hit a record. We tied a record at 83 degrees. Frankfort actually tied a record, too, at 84 degrees. So, I mean, we were really warm yesterday. We're going to do it all over again today. London, Corbin looks pretty good. Moorhead, Lexington, Frankfort. You go into Jessamine County, all looks well in Nicholasville. Don't see any problems today. Another chance at hitting some records. Focus of the forecast, not so much about hitting records. It's actually feel quite nice today. It's about these big time changes as we head towards your day tomorrow, off into your Friday. So how is that going to affect any of your plans? I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes.
Micah, thank you very much. Let's get to the news.
We begin this mid-morning with a breaking news alert. A stretch of Interstate 64 is currently down to one lane in each direction following a deadly crash in Franklin County.
Major backups there. It happened near mile marker 49 near the Frankfort exit. We do have a crew on scene gathering more information right now. Here is a live look at some of the scene. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office says an Econoline van likely blew a tire, lost control, and caught fire after going into a ravine there. The sheriff says 3 people were killed in the crash. Another person has been taken to the hospital with injuries. We do have a news crew on scene gathering additional information. Stay with WKYT News. WKYT Sean Moody will have an update live from the crash scene on our news here at noon. And just into our newsroom, a judge has decided that a man accused of killing a 6-year-old Versailles boy is competent to stand trial. Ronald Exantis is accused of breaking into a Woodford County home and killing Logan Tipton back in December. During his last hearing, a judge heard testimony from Exantis's psychiatric doctor. She testified, saying that she thinks Exantis does have some type of psychiatric issue. A judge has now set a trial for August 11th. WKYT's Hillary Thornton will have more on today's hearing. That report coming up at noon as well. And we're following developing news out of Iowa this mid-morning, where 2 police officers were shot and killed overnight.
Des Moines police say the officers were shot about 2 miles apart. Both were in their squad cars at the time. They say both officers were ambushed. And now we've learned that police have named a suspect. Hannah Daniels has more on the investigation.
In all appearances, it looks just like that these officers were ambushed.
The first officer was found dead overnight in the Des Moines suburb of Urbandale by fellow officers responding to the scene. 20 minutes later, another officer was gunned down just 2 miles away. Des Moines Police Sergeant Paul Parizic fought back tears, describing what happened.
That's the best we got that we can explain the scene right now. Both of them were in their cars.
Authorities are now looking for this suspect, Scott Michael Green. Police say he should be considered armed and dangerous.
There's definitely some danger out there. There's somebody out there shooting police officers. We hope we find him before anybody else gets hurt.
Authorities have doubled up officers in the area to better protect them. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
Now, police have yet to release the names of the deceased officers. Schools in the area are closed for today.
Owners of a Lexington gas station have a big mess on their hands there this morning. Police say that a car slammed into the building. It happened at the Bluegrass Market on Squires Road, that is between Manowar and Richmond Road. The owner of the store says that crash has left him with thousands of dollars worth of damage. Police say it is unclear what led up to the crash, and they say the driver left the scene before officers arrived. Police are now searching for that driver.
New this mid-morning, we've learned the name of a man killed in a Lexington crash. It happened on Old Richmond Road near Evans Mill Road. Police say the driver of a truck was trying to pass a tractor. The truck hit the tractor, went off the road, and hit a fence. Police say a passenger in the truck, Hubert Wolfenbarger, died in that crash. The driver of the truck and the driver of the tractor were both taken to the hospital. We don't know their conditions this morning. Lexington police have charged a man in connection to a shooting that injured a gas station clerk more than a month ago. Police have charged 22-year-old Devarius Jones with assault. On September 17th, police say Jones shot Charles Moore multiple times at the Marathon on Lansdowne Drive. Moore was seriously injured but survived. Jones was already in jail, charged with robberies at 2 Hibbett sports stores in Lexington and a home invasion.
The Valley View Ferry is closed here at Midmorning, and it will be for the rest of the day. Lexington police are continuing their investigation after finding human remains near the ferry in the Kentucky River. Police first found remains last week. They found more after conducting a second investigation over the weekend. So far, investigators have not been able to identify the remains.
A Powell County pastor who sexually abused 2 children will be sentenced today. Steve Williams was a pastor at the Bowen First Church of God. Investigators say one of the incidents took place on a church field trip, the other at the church. Williams pleaded guilty to those charges earlier this year. As part of the deal, he's expected to get 7 years, 5 of which will be probated. He'll have to serve 2 years in prison. Well, friends and family will say their final goodbyes to a Louisville police officer who was killed in a crash in Lexington over the weekend.
Funeral services for Louisville Police Detective Jason Schweitzer will be at 1 o'clock today at the St. Michael Catholic Church in Louisville. Investigators say Detective Schweitzer was in Lexington for an FOP convention over the weekend when early on Saturday morning he was asking UK employee Timothy Moore for directions on South Upper Street when a car driven by Suzanne Whitlow hit both men, killing them. Police have charged Whitlow with manslaughter and DUI.
And funeral arrangements have also been set for the other victim, Timothy Moore. His visitation will be at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning at Meyer Funeral Home on Bridgetown Road in Cincinnati. The funeral will follow at 1 o'clock. Police have made an arrest in a Lexington robbery case. Sean Hendren is accused of stealing pills from the Rite Aid on Tates Creek Center. That's back in September. Police say Hendren bragged about how easy it was to rob the store, and that a tip about one of his tattoos helped them make the arrest.
A man who Georgetown police believe is connected to multiple burglaries is facing several charges this morning. Christopher Bell is facing burglary, theft, and drug charges. Police think he is behind 3 Georgetown burglaries. We're told a neighbor confronted Bell after spotting him in the middle of a burglary yesterday. Police arrested him shortly after that. Investigators believe that Bell could also be connected to a burglary in Lexington. Well, months after an ATV accident nearly took his life, a Jackson County teenager returned home to a community celebration.
A 16-year-old Isaac Ely's family wasn't sure if he would survive after the crash. Doctors feared he would be in a vegetative state. The community has rallied around the family. Isaac is now able to walk with some assistance and say a few words. He received a police escort when he returned home to Annville yesterday. Several people lined the streets holding signs. The Ely family says they appreciate all the support.
We've been gone for more than 3 months, and there's just no place like home. And I feel like that Isaac will make continued progress. It's just a miracle.
Now, people in the community also helped build a ramp to the Ely home for Isaac's wheelchair just in time for his return home.
Oh, that's just a great story all the way around. You know, he's doing better. The community behind him, that is wonderful. Well, the World Series is heading off to Game 7. The Chicago Cubs have evened things up.
The Cubs defeated the Indians 9-3 in Game 6 last night. Now, each team now has 3 wins. One team will walk away World Series champions tonight in Cleveland and make history. Well, the Cubs get a big win, of course, to take the World Series to Game 7, but we have an Indians player to thank for free tacos today.
Yeah, it's part of Taco Bell's Steal a Base, Steal a Taco promotion. Cleveland Indians shortstop Francisco Lindor stole second base in the bottom of the first inning in his team's Game 1 win over the Chicago Cubs. Now, you can get your free Doritos Locos Tacos today from 2 until 6 at participating restaurants. There you go. Keeping it fun all the way around.
Oh, yeah. And tonight, it's it.
That's right.
Well, keep it right here this mid-morning. Halloween may be over, but some of this year's costumes live on. See how a fifth grader's huge Donald Trump costume is making him the latest viral sensation when we return.
And these are big-time numbers as we head towards your afternoon. Another record-breaking, potentially record-breaking day. And then we look for rain tomorrow, and then here comes that cold spell into the forecast. I'll show you all that, and we'll talk about it coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're already near 70 degrees in a couple locations, and as we get into your afternoon, expect another 10 to about 15 degree swing from where we are right now. So that'll put us right there around that 80 degree reading. And some of us, once again, will finish off right around 83, 84 degrees. Yeah, it's going to be another warm on the store, but it actually feels really nice. You throw that wind in there, south and southwest, it is a great day. It was nice yesterday and off towards the Halloween and into your weekend. So it's going to stay that way today. Near record highs. Our record today here in Lexington is 82 degrees. I do actually believe we'll reach that one today. We'll see. Got a lot of sunshine outside. Thursday, that's when things start to change. So tomorrow, here comes a front. Most of these showers and a couple of rumbles of thunder, remember, they're hit and miss. Some won't even see the rain, some will. It's just one of those types of setup. It's not a line that's going to be moving through that I could say, okay, everybody gets a rain chance, and here's what time it's coming through. It's not like that. But the best timing on this in terms of when it pops up and when it moves through should be afternoon hours. So anywhere from noontime to about, I would say about 6 p.m. And then after that, that's when it slowly fades away. Once we hit Friday, once the rain moves on out, then that cooler air drives on in here on Friday. We will be, from today, 20 to 30 degrees lower. So it's going to be very chilly. We're talking mid to upper 50s for highs there on Friday. That means you better have those coats ready, because typically at this time of year, it's 62. That's typical high. That's your average high. Now, if we were like that in the past few days, past few weeks, and then you get 58, 59 degrees, that's not a big deal because it's just below average and we're getting kind of used to it, right? But we've been near record highs the past few days. I mean, it's been really, really warm. So 50s are going to feel very, very chilly to us on Friday. 62 there on Saturday and 64 on Sunday, both of those at or above average, so it is not all that bad, but still relatively cool there for the weekend, as we'll start off in the 30s, upper 30s for the most part there on Saturday morning, and we get to change the clocks back an hour there Saturday into Sunday. I want to get you an update here in about 45 minutes. The Emergency Management Agency will actually put out a siren. They'll do a test for all the Lexington sirens, so keep that in mind. I put that out on Twitter, Mike Harris WX. You can check that out. But at 11 a.m., the sirens will sound. It's just a test. Just a test. Okay. No weather, no severe weather, nothing like that. So they just wanted me to pass the info along for you.
That's a good heads up.
Absolutely.
All right.
No reason for panic. Well, there was also no shortage of clever costumes on display this Halloween. But as you're about to see, this one may trump them all.
A Kansas fifth grader going viral for his unique riff on everybody's favorite coiffed candidate, Gage DeVador, spoofed Donald Trump's infamous mane with a combination of grass skirts and umbrella and Trump's signature Make America Great Again hat, complete with eye holes. That's what he's having to peep through there. Gage says there's no political aim behind his costume. He just did it to make people laugh, and he just never knew that it would become such a big deal. But it has.
Man, I bet that's hard to walk in.
Right.
So, you know, applause to him just for making it around the trick-or-treat event. So.
But over the top, just as this whole election year has sort of been, right? All
yeah,
the way around.
You noticed, didn't you? Well, big-name performers raise money for wounded veterans.
And the frontman for U2 wins a Woman of the Year award, and that's in today's Eye on Entertainment.
U2's Bono is one of Glamour magazine's Women of the Year for his Poverty is Sexist campaign. It advocates for education and AIDS protection for young girls around the world. Other honorees include Olympic gymnast Simone Biles, IMF chief Christine Lagarde, and the 3 women who founded Black Lives Matter. Bridget Moynihan from CBS's hit show Blue Bloods, along with comedian Jim Gaffigan, were among the stars who came out last night in New York for a fundraiser for wounded veterans. Journalist Bob Woodruff launched the annual Stand Up for Heroes benefit after he was seriously injured by a roadside bomb in Iraq.
I think we've got to give these guys a chance to go back to normal. And I think we've concentrated a lot of the help on that.
The foundation has raised more than $33 million since 2007. And actor Miles Teller from the Divergent series is taking on the real-life comeback story of boxer Vinny Pazienza. Pazienza was a middleweight world champion. When a car crash broke his neck and doctors didn't think he'd walk again. But Pazienza fought to get back in the ring and went on to win more world titles.
The halo, it was crazy. To have that on and to still feel like I could bench press in this thing, man, I mean, that's why we're making a movie about Vinny's life.
That's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, as they say, there is no place like home, and you don't have to travel far to any faraway place to see the Wizard of Oz on stage.
We're talking with Dorothy, along with the Good Witch and the Bad Witch, next.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot, $198 million, and Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $47 million. Welcome back in. Follow the yellow brick road to the Lexington Opera House, where Scappa's Wizard of Oz will be taking center stage.
With a preview, we're joined by actor Vivian Kurtz, Alex Tebow, and Jada Spalding. And we do welcome you. Glad to have you in here for what is a great production.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
3 big stars here. We've been having fun. We made them kind of imitate their
Thanks.
particular characters, and give us their favorite lines. Tell us about what people will see if they come out to enjoy the Wizard of Oz.
Well, it's the classic Wizard of Oz story that everyone knows. There's Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Man, Lion, who will all meet, and it's a great show, and there's so much energy, and the cast is just so talented, and everyone's doing a great job.
And you are Dorothy.
I am.
All right, and now we move. Jada, you are the Good Witch.
Yes, I'm the Good
What's it like to be the Good Witch?
It's really fun. I feel like a princess, especially when I put on the dress. It's gorgeous.
Sure.
I love singing to all the little munchkins because they're so cute in their costumes. It's really fun.
I bet.
Okay, and now we have, the Wicked Witch, right? Tell us about your role.
It's really fun, actually. It's fun going on stage and then also going off stage, like at school. All the little kids, when I'm walking in the hallways, they all clump up and go, "That's the Wicked Witch, that's the Wicked Witch." It's really fun to see the reaction of me in the hallway.
And she told me her favorite line is not, "I'll get you, my pretty," right?
Yeah, it's actually, yeah.
What's your favorite? What is it?
I have Winkies, which are my minions, and they come on stage chanting yo-wee yo, and I have to tell them to be quiet, and I have to go, "Silence, quiet," and I get to yell, and then I look up, and they all have to scramble into a line. It usually makes the audience laugh.
These two each have classic lines, too. Tell us what you
Yes, my classic line is, "Are you a good witch or a bad witch?" And it's like when we first meet and we go into a circle, that's like my favorite line to say.
And everybody knows your line.
Vivian, yours.
Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
And you have a live Toto with you,
I do.
too.
That's
yes.
Is that hard, working with a dog like
It's
that?
a struggle because the dogs, they're very sweet, both of them. There are 2. And
Double cast Totos.
Yeah, right.
Yes, and they're both so sweet. And they love the attention, I guess. And they both like being held, so it's easy to carry them around, and they're just so sweet, and I love them
It
both.
just sounds like a lot of fun.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tickets still available, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, 7 o'clock shows each day, 2 and 7 on Saturday. We really appreciate you coming. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck
Thank
with it.
you.
I'll break a leg. Right. What you're
course.
supposed to say.
Well, keep it right here this mid-morning.
We're going to check in with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen next and see what's cooking up here in the middle of the week.
As you know, here in the Test Kitchen, we love celebrating all sorts of special days, especially the ones that are a bit off the wall. With that being said, I want to let you know that tomorrow is National Men Make Dinner Day. It's a day when guys are in charge of what goes on the table. It may sound like all fun and games, but there are a few rules you have to follow. For instance, men must do all the shopping, and it can't be cooked on the grill. So to help all the guys who don't know where to start, I figured I would share a dish that is bacony delicious. We start by placing an onion in the cavity of a large roasting chicken. And then we rub it with a mixture of butter and seasonings. To take this over the top, We place 4 slices of thick-cut bacon over the chicken, and then we sort of weave 4 more slices with them, like this. Pour on some chicken broth, and we pop it in the oven. While it cooks, we can make a salad and set the table. When the bacon is all crispy and the chicken is juicy tender through and through, it's time to ring the dinner bell. The recipe for our bacon roasted chicken is online now, so you can have it in time for National Men Make Dinner Day. Oh, there's another rule I forgot to mention. We have to do all the dishes. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a manly kind of way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
We know you would like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Happy. Just thinking about bacon. You also have some good weather to tell us
Really
about.
good weather, yeah. I mean, a lot of us yesterday really loved this weather, and I know that. I didn't even have to ask anybody. You just look across the neighborhoods, and there are kids everywhere loving the weather. It's going to be the same way today, so it looks good, feels good. Then Thursday, that's when we get a front in here, and it'll change a lot of things. We're going to talk about those things coming up at noon.
Remember the siren test about 11 o'clock in Lexington, and we'll see you at noon. A lot of stories underway for that.